Madam, am I audible to you?
Yes, you're audible, but your voice is echoing.
Okay. Because of we are using this simultaneously two system. I'm sorry. Missing secretary. She will be handling the session. I'll just handle.
Sure.
Madam, let's wait for another 5 minutes. The participants will be joining shortly. They haven't joined.
Yes, we have to start at 11. No, I'm waiting.
Okay.
We'll start exactly at 11.
Okay. So I think we can start, no? So very good morning to our today's speaker, Dr. Shivani Sharma. Madam, I welcome you warmly on this platform. And I again welcome our participants from across the country. Our today's speaker is Dr. Shivani Sharma. She is a doctor by profession, but an MS consultant by passion. Madam is certified in practicing personality development and a soft skill trainer. And then she is a subject matter expert in image development, fashion, and soft skill. Madam has a 10-year experience of transforming lives, and 5,000 lives have been impacted. And we are very much fortunate to have Madam in our platform today. Madam, the platform is all yours. You can start the session.
Thank you so much, everyone, for inviting me. And thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. I'm glad to be part of this event where I can impart my knowledge pertaining to how to present yourself during an interview. So let's start with the session. Please let me know if my screen is visible. I hope my screen is visible. Please, if you can write it in the chat box. Great, great, great. So firstly, I welcome you all. So today we'll be talking about how to present yourself during an interview. So before I start, I want to understand, I want it to be a very participative, a very interactive session, because I don't want it to be a very YouTube kind of a video where I'm speaking and the participants are not participating. So treat me as your friend, treat me as your mentor for these 2 hours, because here I really want to impart certain knowledge and certain skills in you. So before we start, I want to ask each one of you, as per your understanding, if I say what is an interview, can you please write it in the chat box in one word? What do you think is an interview? Just in one word, according to you, what is an interview? And I want everybody to participate, because see, this is your time to evolve yourself and to participate. In one word, if I ask interview, what comes in your mind? The first word. Okay, Mr. Mirji Hassan says it's view. Okay, it's visible. Great. Very good. Mr. Fariudullah Lazazia says that impression to be allocates on a position. Great. So for according to you, interview is the impression that is created. So I have almost 72 participants here, and only one person has given the answer. Be participative, because see, if you'll be participative today, then only you'll be able to speak and you'll be more confident during interview. Okay. Great. Personality, view, character, examinations, excellent. I am appreciating that whoever is participating. So if I say that interview is nothing, interview is just a communication. Interview is a formal communication between two parties on a given project or a given product, that how can both the parties can benefit from the given project and given product. So whenever you go for an interview, first thing that I want to say is, please don't be anxious and don't think, oh my God, they will select me, I should be presentable, they are the decision maker. It is not them who gonna decide. You become so competent today that they want to hire you, that they think, oh my God, this person is such a good candidate, I just cannot afford to lose this candidate. So today I'll tell you how can you become that person that a company wants to hire. So firstly, all my students, I will again say that in going for an interview, you need a mind shift. You need to become that confident that I am very competent. I know my subject well. I can argue on any logical question that will be asked. And yes, I am the best product for that company. During an interview, you sell yourself. You are a product for them and you sell yourself. Okay, so let's start. So today's agenda is that you'll able, after the completion of the session, you'll be able to express yourself better during an interview. You'll be able to demonstrate better in visual, verbal, and non-verbal language. And you'll get to know some do's and don'ts that you don't have to or you should do during an interview. As I said, what is an interview? It is nothing. It is just two mature people sitting across a table and discussing that how can both the parties benefit from that project or that product. Firstly, never get anxious that they are the decision maker. They will decide if I'm competent enough or not. Be so competent that the ball is in your court, that you decide whether you want to work them for them or not. Okay. Now, first thing is, how do you dress up for an interview? Before that, there are a few things that I want to address here. As soon as you get an interview call or as soon as you get somebody who's an interview mail, what is the first thing that you need to do? The first thing that you need to do is, see, you have your marketing tools. Can you write it in the chat box for your interview? What are your marketing tools? As a interviewee, what are your marketing tools? You are applying for a company. That company has marketed themselves enough and you really want to work with that company because that company has marketed themselves very nicely. But as an interviewee, as a candidate, what are your marketing tools? Can you please write it in the chat box? Let me see who's the first person to write. Let me see. Okay, there are no answers dropping in. Understand what are your marketing tools. Okay, be a smart, qualification, excellent. You are a little closer. You are a little closer. Do you think, Dev, that qualification is your skill or is that your marketing tool? What is your marketing tool? How do you market yourself? So here I tell you, you have 3 marketing tools with you, which should be very, very strong. If you're selling yourself as a product, your marketing tools should be very strong. The first marketing tool is your resume. Make an ATS friendly resume, that is application tracking system resume. Number 2, your cover letter, and number 3, your LinkedIn profile. Can you please write it in the chat box who are not there on LinkedIn? Who are not there on LinkedIn? And if you are there, please write on, I'm there on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a social networking platform. As a student of today's era, each one of you, whether you have a profile on Instagram, Facebook, Naukri, or you don't have, but it is mandatory that all of you will make your LinkedIn profile today. It is a mandatory. Why? Because nowadays employers rely more on LinkedIn and less on resume. If it is 20% resume, it is 80% LinkedIn. Very good, Tripti. Very good, Abhiraj. I'm so proud, Dr. Narendra. And so make these 3 marketing tools very, very impressive. Okay, to know how should we make your LinkedIn profile, how should we make a resume, that must have been covered in your later presentations or upcoming. But here I'm telling you to present yourself first. You should be very, very strong with your marketing tools. And if you're LinkedIn, I'm very glad this is my LinkedIn profile. You can actually follow it and see how to make a LinkedIn profile, where you'll get to know how to write a title. So my name is Dr. Shivani Sharma. I'm an image consultant. So you'll get to know about me. I'm writing in the chat box, and you'll get to see how to make a strong LinkedIn profile. To make a strong LinkedIn profile, number 1, you should see that you have a professional headshot. Number 2, you should have a background. Number 3, the title that you're applying for should be the topic. So make sure that you are making your LinkedIn profile today. So once your 3 marketing tools are very strong, then you can start searching or looking for a job, and then you're ready for your interview. Now, as soon as you get a call from an employer or a mail from an employer, the first thing that you need to do is that you need to send them a thank you email. I'm again saying that you are a product for them. You have to market yourself well. And how do you market yourself? By remarketing yourself. And how do you remarket yourself? By coming in their vision again and again. And how will you come in that vision again and again? When you'll be interactive with them. So the first thing, as soon as you get a mail, a confirmation mail that yes, you are invited for an interview on this date, this time for this position, make sure that you revert by saying, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. I will be available on this time, this date for this position at this venue. Reconfirm it, whether it is an online interview, whether it is an offline interview, reconfirm all the details. Okay. And please mention that if you have any questions or query, you can please connect with me on the below contact number. If it is clear, please write down clear in the chat box. I want you to take the maximum output today. So if it is clear, please write down in the chat box. Excellent. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. So the first thing that you will do to present yourself well is making your ATS friendly resume, your LinkedIn profile, and your cover letter. The second thing that you'll be doing is sending them a confirmation email that thank you, I will be available. So 2 things are done. Now is your third thing, which is very, very important. Your visual image. Your visual image is how are you appearing? How are you appearing means how are you dressed up, how you should be dressed up during an interview. Always understand it takes only 3 seconds for an interviewer to select you or reject you. It only takes 6 seconds to select you or reject you on the basis of your resume and your LinkedIn. Okay. And when it is visual, only 3 seconds. They will just look at 1, 2, 3. And they will think, okay, fine, I want to take interview further or I don't want to take interview further. Why? Because as soon as you see someone for the first time, your brain involuntarily creates a first impression about that person. Okay, like when you're hungry, your stomach starts growling. When you get hurt, it starts paining. So involuntary, when you look at someone, your brain categorizes that person into various categories and creates a first impression. So your first impression is always created by the way you're dressed up. Okay, so please make sure that you dress up well and dress the part when you're preparing for an interview. Now, how to dress up for men or for women? For men, let us talk about you have to be, whenever you dress up, it should be a conservative dressing. That means it should be neutral colors. It should be very conservative. Now, what are the conservative colors? The safest colors to dress up for an interview is navy, black, and dark gray. However, since it is your first interview that you'll be giving, I will always prefer, please wear navy blue on black or gray. Navy blue is the safest color. So your coat, that is the jacket, should be of a navy blue color with a white shirt or a light blue shirt and buttoned shirt. You will not wear a round neck t-shirt. You will not wear a collar t-shirt. It should be a buttoned formal shirt of white in color or light blue in color. Make sure that you wear a leather belt, and that can be either black or it can be brown. No other color, no maroon, no red, no other color. Please wear a proper tie. A tie is very important whenever you wear a shirt. Now, if you're not wearing a jacket or this coat, you call it a jacket basically, then you will not wear a tie. If you wear a tie, you wear a jacket. If you're not wearing a jacket, please don't wear a tie. Okay. Then please make sure that you wear dark color socks, no white socks, no colored socks, no printed socks, and make sure that your socks is matching the color of your trousers. So if you're wearing blue trousers, you will be wearing blue socks. There should be no jewelry, no rings, no bracelets, nothing like that. If you're engaged, if you want to wear a ring, only one ring in one hand. And that too very conservative, no big stones and nothing like this. Make sure that your hair are neat, clean, trimmed, and a little amount of aftershave is there. Your nails should be trimmed. Now, I want to tell you one thing. Never underestimate the power of wearing a good perfume. Make sure that you wear a good, subtle perfume There should be no sweaty patches, like you're coming for an interview and there are sweaty patches. There should be no sweaty patches. And it should be well ironed, no stains on your shirt, jacket, or your trousers. Your nails should be clean and trimmed. And please carry a bag or a briefcase with you that is in a shape of a square or a rectangle and not just any baggy bag. Okay. And in your bag, you will be having all your documents. You will not just carry a file with you and go for an interview. I've seen boys, since they don't carry bags, they come just with a file or resume folded in the pocket and in their pocket. That creates a very bad impression. So make sure that you have a suitcase, you have a briefcase, a small leather briefcase or a small leather bag where you have all your documents and they are not folded, not stained in a clear paper. Now this was for men. Now comes for women. For women, sari, if we talk about Indian attire, then sari is for questions. Mr. Atul Anand, you have raised your hands. For question, we'll be taking at the end if you have any questions. So please keep your questions ready. We'll be taking at the end. So here, now comes for women. Make sure if you are a lady, you can wear a sari, you can wear Indian kurta. So for sari, please make sure that you're wearing cotton sari or you're wearing a decent chiffon sari with no floral pins, no jewelry. Apart from that, if you're wearing a kurta and pants, make sure you wear a collar kurta. That kurta should have a collar and pencil pants. That means no parallels, nothing like that has a lot of volume okay, downstairs. So make sure that you wear a parallel cigarette pant and a cotton collared kurta with full sleeves. In case if you're wearing something that is formal, you can always wear a jacket and a trouser or a knee length skirt. Now your skirt should be below the knee length and it should coordinate with your blouse. Apart from this, your shoes, make sure that you wear conservative shoes that are of black, blue, or beige in color. And it should be a closed shoe. The toe should not peep out, and make sure that you wear a little heel because heel gives the formality level and it should be closed with a little heel. Very limited jewelry, no flashy jewelry should be there. Only very limited jewelry, no big danglers should be there. A very professional hairstyle. If you're opening your hair, make sure that your hair doesn't fall on your face. Tie up your hair well. If you're opening your hair, it should be well combed and it should be not that when you're talking, they're falling or you have fringes here and you're just doing like this. Okay. Then after that, you will be wearing stockings. Make sure that you wear a neutral or a black stockings and a little perfume, a well cut manicured nail. Either you can go with French nails or either please apply only nude shades on your nails. Avoid applying red nails or something that attracts attention. Why? Because anything that attracts attention at the time of interview diverts the interviewer from whatever you're speaking. So make sure that everything is very neutral. You will be carrying your bag and your briefcase as well, where every document shall be kept in a very organized way. Now, why am I saying and emphasizing that please carry a briefcase and a bag in a very organization way? Number one, whenever you dress up well, that shows that yes, you are interested for this interview. Number two, that shows that you respect the interviewer who has invited you for an interview. Number three, it shows that you as a person respect yourself. When you're representing yourself in front of someone, you are well dressed. And number four, when you organize your things well, that shows your organizational skills. Remember one thing, the moment you enter any interview arena, the people start judging you because they will be investing on you. So they see, is this the product? Is it this person a right product on us? So that when we'll be investing on this person, will this person give us returns later? So just imagine the moment you will be entering, people will start judging you. Okay. So be your best version when you enter. These are the safest dressing tips that I'm telling you that you can wear the safest colors. Never wear flip-flops, never wear any ripped jeans, never wear any round neck t-shirt. These are a big no. Never wear any t-shirt or a shirt with big logos or branding. That's a big no. Now comes that, as I said, that please make it formal. It should be formal. Round neck, it is informal. Whenever you have to choose patterns and solid, choose solid over pattern. So this is a pattern and this is solid. So if I'll go for an interview, if I take any webinar, I always prefer wearing solid. That means it has no pattern. If I have to create a pattern, I create a pattern in a form of a scarf or in a form of a shirt, but never the jacket. Okay. Please select neutral colors over bright colors. Now, what are neutral colors? That are not very flashy to eyes. Okay. The safest neutral colors are white, beige, black, navy blue, olive green. Since you are from an agricultural background, you can always wear an olive green color that really looks nice. Okay. Then, as I said, your hair should be neat and tied up. Less jewelry, no flashy jewelry. Now, if you have to wear a U-neck and a V-neck and a collar, first prefer collar, then prefer V-neck, and then prefer U-neck. Okay. So first, the highest formality is your collar, anything that has collar, then anything that is of V-neck, and the last is U-neck. Your shoes, you're not wearing sports shoes, you're not wearing sneakers, you're not wearing suede shoes, you're not wearing velvet shoes. Only and only leather laced up shoes. Apart from that, please make sure that you're hygiened enough. As I said, no sweaty patches, no dirty nails, no dirty hair. Make sure whenever you're going for an interview, you wash your hair well. It's not that I washed it yesterday, so I won't wash it today. If your interview is today, wash it today as well. Apply perfume. And if it is a virtual, if it is a virtual interview that we are giving right now, what happens? Mostly we just take virtual interview for granted. Face-to-face interview were very easy than virtual interview. Okay. Now for virtual interview, there are few things that you need to take care of. The first thing that you need to take care of is that your background is clean. If you think your background is not clean, then you can make or keep any background like this, but it should be clean. Number two, the clothes that you're wearing and your background should be in contrast with each other. It should not mix, it should be in contrast with each other. Number three, make sure that you join 10 minutes before, not in the rush. Number four, make sure that your device is fully charged. So if you have an interview in the morning, make sure that your device is fully charged. You keep it on charging at night and it is fully charged. You will check the mic, camera, and do a dry run on the software before you appear for an interview, which is mandatory. Apart from that, it should not be distraction. There should be no, if you have a pet at your home, if you have kids at your home, make sure that you're sitting in a noise-free area. What happens when there is a lot of distraction and when there's a lot of noise, you won't be able to listen to the interviewer and the interviewer never repeats a question. Okay, so you will be checking your mic, your camera, the software, the Wi-Fi connection should be good, the device should be fully charged, there should be no voice. And very important, I've seen people sitting on a bed and a couch and giving an interview. You'll be rejected without any reason the moment the interviewer gets to know that you're sitting on a bed or a couch. Take a proper table to proper chair, and the camera and your eye level should be at the same length. It should not be that you're bending down or you're looking like this. Same length and with one arm distance. Your eye and your camera should have one arm distance. If it is clear to you, please write down clear so that I can proceed further. These are very small things, and I know these are very basic things, but still we often forget whenever we are appearing for an interview. Thank you everyone. Thank you. And keep your questions ready. Please treat me as your friend. You feel free to ask any question related to interview question, anything. So please keep your questions ready and be very outspoken. Now, body language. People underestimate the power of body language. What is body language? Body language is the strongest form of non-verbal communication. Okay. There was a psychologist called Albert Mehrabian. He said that 55% of whatever you speak depends on your body language. 35% on the tone that you're speaking, and 7% only the words. So no matter how good vocabulary you have, no matter how fluent you are, but if you have a poor body language, just remember one thing, they will not select you. Now, why? If as a trainer, I have a body language like this. So today we will be talking about body language during interview, or I have a body language like this. So today we'll be talking about body language interview. No matter how well presentation I give, you will never be connected with me. Even if you're feeling underconfident and your body language is exuding confidence, nobody will get to know that you're feeling underconfident. Today, I will tell you certain tips that the other person, the interviewer, will never get to know that, yes, you were feeling underconfident. So let's start. The first thing that you will do is, number one, handshake. Never underestimate the power of a strong handshake. People close, reject, accept the deals on the basis of handshake. I want everyone to please bring your hands like this. And how do you do a handshake? You go web to web. So your hand should touch the other person's web. Your web should touch the other person's web. Then you hold it firm and just one pump. You will not do like this. You will not hold hand from here. It should not be a flimsy and a weak handshake. Extend your hand, web to web, and this. Now you will only extend your hand if the interviewer extend hands. Number one. Number two, if you are a male person, then according to corporate etiquette, if a female extend hands, then only a male does a handshake. I know this is very sexist. I know this is something that should not happen, but this is how it works in corporate etiquette. So when a woman extend hand, then only a male does a handshake. Number three, it should be a strong handshake. Whenever you're shaking hand, make sure that your hands are not sweaty. You don't have any allergy in your hands. They are not very dry, no buttery fingers, and it should be clean. And if you've went to a washroom, it should be dry, no wet hands. Okay. If it is clear, please write it in the chat box, clear, so that I can go ahead. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for participating. Now, the next thing is restlessness. Today, if I'll get restless, what I'll do is I'll tap, either I'll shake my hands, either I'll do like this again and again, either I'll start biting my fingers, either I'll start playing with a pencil like this, either I'll start running fingers through my hair, or I'll start playing with my clothes. That shows that you're anxious, you're very, very nervous, you're restless, you're not able to sit. Where do you keep your hands? You keep your hands just on your laps and no other place. Your hand should not touch any object, anything whenever you're giving an interview. Your hands, your eyes, and your mouth are power of your confidence. Use them in right way. Okay. Then your posture, you should not sit laid back like this. Neither you should be too close like this. Sit straight and tilt yourself at 45 degrees. That makes you a great listener. If you slouch, that means you have a very laid back attitude. If you go back, that means you're not interested. Sit straight, that means you're alert, you're interested, and tilt 45 degrees, that makes you a good listener. This works in both virtual and face-to-face. Hand positions, I've told you that keep your hands on the lap. In case if you want to talk, if you're giving answers, you should move your hands. Otherwise, it should be on the lap, not on the table. Never, your elbow should be never on the table. You can still take the wrist on your table, but never your elbow. Then your leg position, make sure that the legs are parallel to each other and straight. You're not crossing your legs. And one more thing, never cross your arms when you talk. Never ever cross your arms, and never cross your legs when you talk. Eye contact, the most powerful tool the God has given to you are your eyes. We often say whenever you talk to someone, never wear glasses. Whenever you meet someone, never wear glasses. Why? Because if you wear glasses, you create a distraction or a disturbance, and you create a wall. Your eyes speaks louder than what you say. Your eyes are very expressive. Have you ever seen whenever somebody does anything wrong, we always say, oh my God, this person has done this wrong, because that person is not doing an eye contact, right? So the power of eye contact is very, very strong. I would just want to understand how many of you feel nervous in doing eye contact, because there's so many people. I have trained so many students of mine. At the end, no matter how well they are in their technical skills, how well they are in their own subject, but when it comes to confidence level, when it comes to soft skills, when it comes to basic eye contact, they get very nervous. How many of you get nervous in maintaining or doing an eye contact? If I get a majority of yes, I will tell you a hack. But if I get a majority of no, then I don't want to tell you that hack, because definitely then I don't want you to do something which you're already expert in. How many of you get nervous while doing an eye contact? Please write it in the chat box. Just write I. If I get I, lot of I's, I will tell you one hack today that will change your life forever. Okay, fine. Why did I ask you this? Because I have trained so many people. I train so many people. At the end, what comes in the conclusion is confidence. No matter they're very good in their technical skills. Yesterday, there is a very big exam that happens in Dubai, which happens with civil engineers. They are doing very well in their career. They are corporates at a very big level. But they still take training from me, because when it comes to soft skill or confidence level and basic things, they lack in that. They're very good in their hard skills. But you can get a job through your hard skill. But to sustain in a job, to get promoted, to get interactive, you need soft skills in your life. Okay. And the basic soft skill is confidence level. And the most powerful body language when it comes to confidence is eye contact. So whenever you get nervous while doing an eye contact, look at here. Look at a person's glabella. This is called a glabella. Okay. When you're not able to look in somebody's eyes, look here. The other person will never get to know that you're not looking in their eyes. The person will think that you're looking in their eyes. And what you can do is look here, 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 here. Make a quadrupod and keep looking like this. After 2-3 seconds, you can look here and there. Now there is a difference between maintaining an eye contact and staring. Make sure that whenever you are, maintaining an eye contact, the other person should not think that you're staring at them just because I told you to maintain an eye contact. There is a thin line between staring and eye contact. Staring makes the other person feel uncomfortable. Staring is when you just keep looking at the person, you don't blink, you don't see otherwise. Eye contact should be just for 2 seconds and then look here and there, 2 seconds, look here and there. That's it. Staring is, and in staring, you don't have a presence of mind there. Your mind is somewhere else, thinking something else. But in eye contact, you have a presence of mind there only. Okay. If it is clear, please write down clear. so that I can tell you how to go further. Thank you so much. Now comes, where do you sit? You sit on a chair while giving your interview. Whenever you go for a virtual face-to-face interview, they will tell you where to sit. Just don't go and sit anywhere that you get a place. The person will come and that person will guide you. You can have a seat here. Okay? When you walk, make sure that you're not running, you're not stampede, you're not getting breathless. Walk nicely, walk elegantly. Your personal items should be organized in a proper manner. They see everything. At times, people will say, oh my God, I didn't get my pen. Can you give me a pen? Can you give me a pen? You run here, you run there, you go to reception, you go here. Can I get a pen? Can I get a pen? Basic things. You're not carrying your glue. Can I get a glue? Can I get a glue? Basic things. Make sure that whenever you are preparing for an interview, you have all the stationery with you, the glue, stapler, pencil, pen, eraser, the basic stationery, even a color pen, a sketch pen should be there in your briefcase, because if they ask you to fill a form, a job application form, and please stick your picture there, they should think that you're so prepared that you've got everything with you and you're not running here and there. These small things create such an impact that you cannot even imagine. Okay? Then, whenever you're preparing for an interview, look at yourself in a mirror. How am I looking? Is there anything that I want to say? Practice your self-introduction in front of your mirror. How will you talk? So these are certain body language tips. Apart from that, these are some do's and don'ts. Do's, as I told you, smile. Now, whenever you smile at an interviewer, that is a sign of respect. That is a sign that I really appreciate your presence. That is a sign that I want to engage with you further. And if you don't smile and sit like this, my name is Dr. Shivani Sharma. Yes, nobody will be interested. When you smile, you get a tonality and a wave the way you speak. When you just blunt, when you don't know, and your mouth and your lips are sealed, the interviewer lose interest. So I want everybody, wherever you're sitting right now, I want a big smile from there. As I said, eye contact. Now, while doing an eye contact, make sure that your eyes are not rolling here and there. The moment your eyes roll here, there, or you rub your eyes, that means you're not telling the truth, or else you're thinking something. You're manipulating, you're just thinking for the answer. Eye contact means an eye contact, and your eyes should not roll here and there. Your eyes should not roll on some jewelry that a person is wearing, on their phone, anywhere. Your hand movements are very important. Okay, I want everybody to look at your hands like this and this, this and this. Do it for 10 times. Wherever you're sitting, I want you to look at your hands like this, 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 this. Please. Do it 10 times. And there's a hack that I'll tell you now. So we have almost 109 participants. Okay. Now, after this, how many of you found that this area, when you were looking at this area of your hand, that is your palm, was much soothing than this area? I'm sure that maximum number of people must be finding that. Now your brain creates an automatic trust when the other person sees this hand. That is involuntary, that happens. Okay, when I'll talk to you like this for a very long period of time, you'll always be inquisitive, what is in her hand that she's hiding? But if I'll talk to you like this, you will not even realize that my hands are open or closed. Involuntary, whenever a person sees your palm again and again when you talk, they create a trust with you. Now, I am not saying talk to the interviewer like this, but yes, whenever you're talking, your hand should move and resonate the way you're talking. Okay, number one. Number two, that whenever you're talking, so have you seen a child, whenever you say a child, what's in your hand? This, oh, my hands are clean. Whenever a police catches a thief, they'll say, hands up. The thief does like this. They never do like this. Why? This means honest. I'm honest. I'm transparent. So the more the interviewer will see your hands, the more they will see that you're showing your hands while you're talking. It creates trust on the other person, involuntary. So whenever you give your introduction, whenever you're telling about your projects, whenever you're telling about your internships, whenever you're telling about your accomplishments, make sure that you use your hands often. Then sit up straight, your hand gestures. I said, don't cross your arms. Now, there are two ways to cross your arms, which I'll tell you. One is this, which is wrong. Wrong. One is this. As a trainer, as a consultant, as in so many pictures, you will see that most of the people, they stand like this and get the picture clicked. Now, I'm not saying that you have to appear like this during an interview, because anyways, anything that is crossed is wrong. However, if you stand like this, or if you see somebody standing like this is a gesture of self-soothing and self-care. And this is a gesture of defense and arrogance. So never mix these two crossing hands. If you do like this, it's still all right, but still I will say never do anything that is closed. Then stay at one spot. You should not do like this, here. No, stay at one spot and create a mirror image. That how will the other person perceive, or how will you perceive the other person if the other person will be doing like this? Okay. Now, there are some don'ts, that is no crossing arms and no crossing legs. This really means that you are at a defensive position and you don't want to talk to them. You don't want them to ask you questions. You can still cross your legs, but cross your legs at your ankles and never at your knees. Ankles is still fine, knees is a big no. Then after that, shaking legs is a big no, because that shows that you are nervous. Touching your nose again and again, or rubbing your nose again and again, means that you're not telling the truth. You are lying, you're hiding something about yourself. Fidgeting with objects again shows that you're very nervous. Now, there is one body language that is open body language, one body language that is closed body language. Anything that is closed hands, closed arms, closed legs, closed mouth, closed eyes, is a negative body language. Never sit with your hands in your pockets. Never sit with the hands at the back. Your hand should be in front. They should be moving. Anything that is open eyes, open mouth, open fingers, open hands, open legs, is a positive body language. Whenever you appear for an interview, you will use positive body language. If I start talking to you, if I start giving you lecture like this, so all of you, today we will talk about body language. How will you feel? So just imagine the interviewer, when they take your interview, they feel all these things, that this person is not confident, not interested, not vocal. This person cannot communicate. So your eyes, your mouth, and your hands are the most powerful tool that God has given to you. Open them and use them wisely. Now stop making your biceps and start making your jaw muscles. The moment go to an area where there is no one, open your mouth wide, take your tongue out and shout. That makes you more vocal. That makes you more expressive. If it is clear, please write in the chat box clear, so that I can proceed further. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Now, the next thing. What are the documents that you should keep for an interview? Why? I still remember I've taken hundreds of interviews during my life. I still remember that one girl I took an interview, and she was so organized. She was a fresher. She had no experience. However, the eligibility criteria that we were looking were 3+ experience, but she was a fresher. But the moment I saw her and I took her interview and I selected her, was the basis how well organized she was. She had everything well packed in her briefcase. She had 2 sets of each and every document. She had every document that supports her resume. So people underestimate, they keep it on their mail. They think that we'll keep it on the Google Drive or we'll keep it on our phone and we'll just say, I have it on mail. Can I take a printout from here? No, that is not the interviewer's responsibility to give you a printout there. It is your responsibility when the interviewer or the company has established themselves well enough that you want to work with them. How are you representing yourself? How are you going and talking to them with that? Should I take a printout from here? Oh, I have everything on mail. Do you want me to mail all the documents to you? No. The only reason that I hired that girl was that she got a briefcase and she got a small bag where all the documents were organized from her she made a file of educational documents, experience documents, additional certificates, and without even asking her question, I was so impressed that probably in her job responsibilities also she will be so responsible that she'll carry everything in an organized manner. So what are the documents that you keep? Number one, if you are appearing for any, what is the difference between a resume and a CV? Let me tell you this thing. A CV is a longer version of resume. A resume should be just 1 page or 1.5 page or maximum 2 page if you are experienced. If you're a fresher, you will not exceed it more than 1 page. Okay. CV is when you're doing your PhD, when you're doing you're applying for a professor job, you're applying for a job where it is a lot of academics, then you make a CV. Biodata is outdated. You never use biodata. So you will keep 2 copies of your resume or your CV. Number 2, all your education certificates. Now here since you are freshers, you will be just appearing for an interview. Please keep your 10th and 12th as well. But if you're experienced, only your bachelor degree and your master degree is enough. However, at times, if you're a fresher, they ask you for a 10th and 12th certificate as well. So 10th, 12th, bachelor's, master's, PhD, all the certificates should be there. If you have any employment, any internship, any voluntary work, anything that you've done, that offer letter, the experience letter, and resignation, everything should be there in a proper hard copy. Everything you'll get in the soft copy, you will prepare a hard copy. Your address proof, your PAN card details, because at times when they shortlist you, they ask you to open their bank account. So you should have your PAN card details, your salary slips, your experience certificates, any letter of appreciation, and any workshop that you've done. Now, if you write in your resume that I've attended confidence building workshops or classes from Dr. Shivani Sharma or MH Coach Shivani, or if you say I've attended communication skills classes did a training for communication skills from Dr. Shivani Sharma. Now they will ask you, so if you say that, okay, if you write that in your resume, write that you're a very great communicator, they will say, okay, you're saying that you're a very good communicator. How can you support that? Then you'll say, because I've done this workshop that was conducted by Dr. Shivani Sharma. She's a certified image consultant. Okay, do you have a proof for it? Here is your certificate. Any workshop that you do, any certification that you do, have a proof. Whatever you'll be writing in your resume, an interviewer might ask you a cross question, and they will ask you. Now, the trouble here is that people think, okay, I will say this, I will say that, but it doesn't happen. Now, what are the things that you should not say during an interview? Firstly, to prepare yourself for an interview, there are 5-6 basic questions that you need to prepare. Number 1, tell me something about yourself. Now, your introduction should not exceed more than 2 minutes and should not be less than 1 minute. Prepare your introduction well. There is a hack that I want to tell you. I just want to ask you whether this training has happened, how to introduce yourself during an interview or how to prepare for an interview question. If it has happened, then I don't want to confuse you. But if you think that you want a hack from me, then write hack in the chat box. And I'll tell you, I'll share one hack that how can you flawlessly introduce yourself during an interview. Great. I'm telling you one hack, and it is a life-changing hack. After this, you will never be out of words, or you will never know how to mind your map or how to organize your answer or how to organize your self-introduction. And the hack is, there is a formula called SEEK formula. What is a SEAT formula? S as in skills, your professional skills, what you possess, not soft skills, professional skills. Like my professional skills are that I'm a certified image consultant, I am a wine taster, I am a communication coach. I communicate very nicely. I'm an etiquette coach. I help people in enhancement of their appearance, behavior, communication, and etiquette. These are my professional skills. These are not my soft skills. So your skills, whatever the skills that you have in your domain, please reach out to your professors. Please reach out to your lecturers and ask them what are the skills that we can add while we introduce ourselves. Then amount of experience that you have. Now experience doesn't mean that you're a fresher, you don't have no experience. Experience can be that I've volunteered for this project, I did this internship, I was doing this voluntary project, I conducted so many webinars in my college, I reached out to so many people to conduct so many events in my college. So that is your experience. Then your academics is what have you done in your education, and then comes your personality traits. Personality traits can be that I have great negotiation skills. I'm a very hardworking person. I'm very good in managing conflicts. Anything that makes you stand out. This is the hack. Your introduction should be as slippery as butter in your fingers. Like when you speak it in one go. Why self-introduction is important, and why am I saying this, that how to present yourself during self-introduction? Self-introduction is the sign of your self-awareness. How much are you aware about yourself? It is the most easiest, yes, the most difficult question that you can answer during an interview. So if it was a great hack, write great hack in the chat box. Thank you. Now, the second question they ask you is, I am telling you today, I'm not here to preach you, do this, do that. I'm just telling you certain hacks, certain techniques that will make you best person during interview. The second question they ask you is, what is your weakness? How many of you get anxious when somebody asks your weakness? If you get anxious, write anxious in the chat box, and I'll tell you that hack. Light, anxious, then I'll tell you that hack. Great, great. What is your weakness? Yes. Now, whenever they ask you this question, you don't have to say, I don't have any weakness, or my parents are my weakness, I cannot see tears in my mother's eyes, my pet is my weakness. No emotional drama there. Okay, whenever it is your weakness, choose one skill that is not related to your field. So supposingly I am a communication coach, I am a confidence building coach, I will say that my weakness is that I am little poor in managing my finances. Now it has nothing to do with my profession, it has nothing to do what I am doing, it has nothing to do with the delivery I do. Okay, so choose a skill that is not related to your profession, number one. Number two, then how are you working on it? However, as soon as I got to know that this is my weakness, I attended one workshop and they told me how to manage my personal finances. After that, I started keeping an Excel sheet where I used to check my credits and my debits, and now I am a better organizer when it comes to my finance. Something that is not related to your field, how are you working on it, and how are you improving on it? These three things should be in your weakness, nothing else. Never say, oh, I'm very poor in communicating with people, I get nervous when I have to interact with someone, I get very nervous. It creates a very bad impression. Speak something that is not related to your domain. If you're an accountant or somebody who's in backend, then you can say that, I'm not very good in public speaking, because you have nothing to do with public speaking. If it was a great hack, write great hack, because I'll be sharing one more hack with you. So how does your weakness go? Something not related to your domain. What are you doing and how are you improving it? Great. Now, the next question they ask you is, why should we hire you? Okay, now why should we hire you? You will not say, I'm very hardworking, I'm very passionate, I know what to do, I'm very good in my goals. No. Why should we hire you? For this, you will read company's mission, you'll read company's vision, you'll read company's clients, you'll read company's services. After that, you will just talk about them. And one biggest hack that I'm saying is telling you today is, whenever you see an advertisement, they always write certain job responsibilities and skills. Now, an interview is match the following. They only want to hear what they've written in the advertisement. 40% of things you will be saying whatever they have advertised there. So if they've written, we want somebody with great communication, well representative, should know how to negotiate, make sure that you say these things during an interview. It is match the following. They have hundreds of people who come for an interview. They want to hear what they've advertised. For example, if you're looking for a pencil and there's somebody who shows you a makeup brush, and no matter what quality it is, how fine it is, you will not buy it. Similarly, when an interviewer write down their job duties, write down the skills they require, and they say, why should we hire you? You have to repeat at least 40% of things that are mentioned in the job description. And with an example, if they say we want somebody who has a great communication skills, okay, so I have great communication skills. I have communicated with so many people, and after that, I have really helped them in raising their confidence, which in turn help them in better placement in life. Skill, how did you use that skill? These two things are important. Number one. Number two, if you have any knowledge of any software, any technical thing, anything that can add advantage in their company. For example, if I'm giving an interview of a sales profile, I'll say, I've been through your company's website and I've seen the esteem of, the clients that you're serving. And with that, I want to tell you that I know the Salesforce software, which will actually add value to your sales process and will increase your revenue 2 times more. Okay. So they were looking somebody who is good in sales. So I'm good in sales. And how do I support my answer? Never ever say I'm very motivator, I am a leader, I'm very hardworking, I'm a good learner, I'm a quick learner. These things are cliche. Nobody is wanting. Don't go on YouTube, don't go on Google and just repeat. What you need to do is, you'll go on the job description, you will write down 40% of job description and prepare before you appear for interview. Please customize all your answers, prepare and go. Never go unprepared. And then you will speak those things. Why should we hire you? Same goes with your strength as well. Okay. Now, the last question they ask you is, where do you see 5 years from now? Do you want for hack for this? So write down hack. Great. Aparna is very quick in writing hack. Great. Now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? You will not say, I see myself in a managerial position. I see myself in your organization leading a team of 50 people. No, you will say 5 years from now, I want to be my best version in terms of my health, my finance, my work, my responsibilities. I want to take more projects, more responsibilities, and want to hide and widen my horizons. That's it. Keep it as patent as can. I want to widen my horizons. I want to take more responsibility. I want to take more challenges. I want to be my best version in terms of my physical health, mental health, emotional health, financial health, and professional health. This is the answer that you're giving. You're not giving, I want to be manager in your position. I see myself like this. I see myself like this. Okay. If these were wonderful hacks, then please write wonderful hacks so that I can proceed further. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now comes, what are the things that you shouldn't say during an interview? Most of the people do this mistake, that when they're very desperate and they're looking for a job, they'll say, okay, why should I hire you? I can do any job right now. I just need a job. I have so many responsibilities at my place. I have my mother, I have my father, I have my younger sister. My father is not working. My mother is not working. I'm the breadwinner of my family. I just want a job. right now. I can do any job. This is the biggest mistake, because that's not a charity institute, and that's not an NGO, that's a company. How can you help a company to grow? Tell that. Then the next thing is, okay, so I just applied for your jobs, because I was seeing that it was advertised in naukri.com, so I just applied. However, I just want to know, what does your company do? If you don't know what does the company do, why are you here for? Never underrate the power of going through their website, their clients, their everything. That should be thorough. Never say, what does your company do? Then the next thing, I'll work here until I get my dream job. So my dream job is to work in a big MNC like Google and Amazon, but they need 3 years of experience. For 3 years, I'll work here, and then I'll go to my dream job. This is one answer I have heard hundreds of times in my life. Probably they're freshers, probably they just go unprepared, probably their college has never given them this opportunity to attend such kind of workshops. And that moment, obviously I don't select them, but I advise them for the next interview, don't say all these things. Never say that I'm here till the time I don't clear have given my government exams. Till the time I'm not clearing my government exam, I'm working here. I've given my bank exams. Till the time I'm not getting selected in bank, I'm working here. I want to work in Google and Amazon. Till the time I don't get a job here, I'm working here, but I will give my 100%. They have nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. The next thing, this is the stepping stone for my career, because I wanted to work in that organization, but that organization said that you need at least 3 years of experience. So this is a stepping stone that for my career, and I will be really honored if you support it for my career. No, it's a big no. Take a screenshot of this slide and make sure that you're not using these words during your interview. Big no. Now, how to end an interview? To end an interview, they will ask you, do you have any questions for us? Never say, no, I don't have any questions with you. Or if it's say, if you have any questions, yes, I want to know what is the salary package that I'll get, how many leaves will I get? Nothing related to leaves, nothing related to salary. If they ask you, do you have any questions? Always say, yes, I have few questions. That is that I want to see that where do you see me 3 months from now? What are the main responsibilities that you want to handle me? Can I please know that how big my team will be that I'll be working with? And can you tell me that how can I resonate with company's mission and vision to accomplish that in next 3 months? The other person should feel that you are aligned with company's mission and vision. Nothing related to salary, nothing related to leaves. Then they ask you, okay, anything else? Then you can always ask, you can reiterate your qualifications. Yes, I just want to ask one thing, that are my qualifications sufficient to apply for this job? If you have any issue, that means so there was one of my students, he was a Sri Lankan, and he had a stammering issue when he used to talk. Now, the best thing that he did was that he addressed his issue beforehand, that I have some stammering issue. So please consider this when you're hiring me. So this issue means that if you have any physical issue that might, the interviewer might say, why didn't you tell us this before? Okay, so address this issue. And please restate your interest, that I'm very interested in working for this profile and looking forward for it. I'm elated that I am very sure that I'll give my maximum output for the company and I'll be an asset for the organization. Write down the word that I said, asset for the organization. I want you to write in the chat box this word. This word should be in your book when you're saying that I'll be an asset for your organization. Everybody is looking for an asset and not liability. The moment you use these words, you create a different impression in front of interviewer. Very good, very good. Now, common things that we do after an interview is ask them that, can you please guide me? What are my next steps that I should do to contact you further? Whom should I contact you further? Number one, they'll tell you, okay, we'll contact you back. or else you can contact on this number. Then next thing, come back home, assess your interview performance. How were you? How was your body language? Were you able to give any questions? Which questions did you stuck in? Write down the question, prepare it for next interview. Okay, write down everything in your in a notebook that you want to remember. How was your experience? What were the good things that happened? What were different questions that the interviewer asked you? What were certain things that you went blank? What were certain things that you did well? Write down everything that you want to remember. The most thing is that I'm saying again and again, you have to market yourself. You have to come into their eyes. You have to remarket it yourself. So first, when they send you an interview letter, you send them a thank you. And after, 80% of recruiter hire people who send them thank you note after the interview. So send them a thank you note. Now the thank you note should consist: who are you? Which position did you come for? What is one thing that you remember about that discussion, and how eager you are for this opportunity? 3 things: who are you? Which position did you apply for? One thing that was in the discussion that you still remember, and how excited are you for this opportunity? 4 things in your thank you note. Okay, and then please read about their industry, read about the current events, read about, go on LinkedIn, check all the about the company, check who was the hiring manager, read about the hiring manager. One hack that I want to tell you here: whenever you see an advertisement and they're applying and they're asking, just don't apply for advertisement, be little personal. Go on the company's website, there is a page called career, apply there. Go on LinkedIn, see who's their hiring recruitment manager, ask them, send your resume there. Get more personalized, market yourself well. The more personalized you will be, the more you'll market yourself well, the more chances are that you will be in their eye. Marketing is a tool that can never be replaced by any artificial intelligence as well, because marketing is awakening your brain again and again. So whenever you readdress yourself, whenever you recounter yourself, the persons remember you better. So thank you. These are my credentials. You can follow me on Instagram. I am by the name Image Coach Shivani, on LinkedIn as well by Dr. Shivani Sharma. And these are my credentials. And I really want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to represent myself well. I help people in enhancement of their appearance, how to look well, behavior, how to behave well, communication, how to communicate well, how to be fluent in talking and in English, and etiquette, how to represent yourself well. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, I kept 20 minutes just for question answers. So if you have any question related to interview, please ask me. And if I really appreciate if you can switch on the camera and I can just take a picture of all of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Pick up and tell, no? So we all are here together. So participants, you can ask your queries. We are very fortunate to have Madam on our platform today. So let's pour out all our queries. Let's take the advantage.
Yes, I really want you to take advantage, because see, whenever you appear for an interview, whatever you have studied for so many years, whatever you have, how many marks that you get, everybody will judge you in those 10 to 15 minutes. So you have to give your best shot, right? So if you have any questions, feel free, consider me as your friend and ask me question. You can just write it in the chat box also, so that I can tell you. So Shraddha, to write anything, to write in the letter of motivation and statement of purpose, again I'm saying that you will write why you want to go there, how are you right candidate for that profile, and what can you add, how can you add value for that university, that college, that that institute or that organization. That is statement of purpose. And what is your need? So you have to do your need analysis and their need analysis, and then you have to write the statement of purpose. Okay, so the next question is please tell me, how can we control leg shaking before the crowd? Okay, see, leg shaking happens when you're very nervous, and you know that if you'll be shaking legs, okay, then make sure that you cross your legs at ankle, number one. Number two, you keep your hands on your legs and you make sure that your hands are not letting your legs move. It happens involuntary, but it creates a very, very bad impression. Be very mindful. Be very mindful that the moment you're shaking your legs, the moment you have to just stop it. Be mindful. And I would really appreciate whenever this happens with you, note down in which situations does this happen with you. Re-encounter those situations again and again, and be mindful that in these situations, especially, I have to control myself. So self-awareness is very important if you have to break a habit. What should, okay, thank you so much, Sangya, for asking this question. Should we include photo in your resume? It's a big no. Until and unless it is asked by the employer that we need your picture. The reason is, number one, picture is not ATS friendly. Number two, with picture, they create certain impressions about you, which can be positive, which can be negative. So posting a picture is a big no in your resume, a big no. You should not post your pictures. You will not write about your hobbies. You will not write about declaration. You will not write about your family, and you will not write about and you will not write your full address. I think that I don't know whether this is something that have been delivered to you or not, but I am telling you, resume don'ts, things that you don't have to put in your resume. Number one, you will not write CV at the top. Number two, you will not mention your full address. Number three, you will not mention your hobbies. Number four, you will not mention your declaration. And for any of these quick tips, please follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I keep on giving career tips there, which will really help you. And most of the questions will be answered there as well. Ma'am, how to introduce ourselves and interview, ask about yourself. Can you give some hack? Suraj, I just gave a hack. Seat. That is, always start with your skills, your education, your skills, your experience, your academics, and your personality traits. Seat formula. Now, this seat formula vary from person to person. So make sure that you write your seat formula. Skills that you possess, experience that you have, your academics, and your personality traits. One more thing is a pause formula. Pause formula is your professional highlights, your academics, your working experience, and your skills. I'm writing pause and seat. These formulas are the formulas for your, the self introduction. Now, the next question I have is, what is the format for creating resume? Deepa, your resume should not be more than one page. Number one, keep everything. It should not be centrally aligned. It should be left side aligned. It should be ATS friendly. No colors in your resume, only blue and black. And it should be a readable resume. It should be an ATS friendly resume. I'm saying again, please follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I give very good hacks there, which will definitely help you as professionals. My Instagram ID is Image Coach Shivani, and you'll find me there. Okay, so Dave, no address in your resume. So just have, so I am basically from Delhi. So I will write Delhi, India. That's it. Why no address? Address we used to write at the times when they were postal and when we used to receive an information about interview through our postal address. Now address is not needed. It genuinely takes a lot of space and it is not needed. People write house number this, gully number this tower, this. No, just where are you from? I am from Gurgaon, Haryana, India. Wherever place, city you are and the state you are, that's it. How to, let me ask. Then the next question is how to control voice, tone. Okay, very nice question. Though this is a question related to communication skills, but still I'll tell you here. How to get intonation in your voice. How to know that I have to stop here, I have to do this. Whenever you speak something, whenever you know that there should be a full stop here, you'll pause there. So punctuation happens like this. Number two that you have to do is that if I have to say why no address in resume, start practicing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 words in this sentence. Write this line 5 times. In the first time when you will speak, you will say, why no address in resume? In the second time when you will speak, you will say, why no address in resume? The third time you will see, why no address in resume? 5 times emphasize on different word. Then when you speak, you'll get to know that now you have to lower your voice, now you have to raise your voice up. Anything that you want to emphasize, your voice should go up. Anything that you want to release, your voice should go down. Is clean shave compulsory, ma'am? Bispajit, clean shave is not compulsory. If your religion doesn't allow you, then definitely you can go with beard. However, please make sure that it is neat. But if it's nothing that is related to your religion, then please shave it. But at times your religion doesn't allow you to shave, so that is accepted. But if you're just doing it out of fashion, then please shave it and go. Can you please send example of an attractive resume? Shri Sirisha, please follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. I have a lot of templates and everything on resume. I cannot share it here. I'm so sorry. Any other question that anybody wants to ask? Any question, you get anxious, you get nervous, anything that you want to ask related to,
Madam, I have a question.
Yes, Dr.
How to avoid this voice stacking, while doing public speaking? I often have this problem, and how to omit the using of more fillers while I talk in front of the public.
Okay, so fillers is something that is a blind spot which we are not very aware of, number one. Okay, second thing that you have to do is you have to be very mindful when you use fillers. Okay, how can you be mindful? Whenever you're speaking, record yourself, and after that listen to yourself, that where were you using fillers. Whenever you think that you're using filler, please maintain a pause there and start with the next sentence. Maintain a pause and start with the next sentence, rather than using and then that looks that you're not very fluent when you talk. Okay, so make sure that you have to be very mindful. Whenever there is a filler, you record yourself, you write down your fillers, then again be mindful and speak it again and see how many fillers are there. Fillers can only be avoided when you're very mindful and you get to know these are my fillers. And with practice, with a lot of practice, when you practice a lot. So when I talk right now, you will not see any fillers when I talk. But when I was a doctor, when I was a practicing doctor, then probably this was not my profession. Even I had my fillers. But with practice, with a lot of mindfulness, by recording myself, by watching my videos, I got to know that here are the points where I use fillers and I have to avoid them.
Okay, madam.
Great.
So, okay, thank you, madam. Or any more questions?
I wear the glass, how to manage eye contact. So it doesn't matter, Sharmishta, if you wear glasses, you can definitely do an eye contact. Your glasses must be transparent, right? So the person gets to know. I think 60% of people in today's world wear glasses. That's completely all right. But my eye contact is an eye contact. If it is transparent, that's all right. How to manage long hair when attend an interview. So see, I have very long hair, Shamishta. I have hair till my back. But yes, whenever I'm giving any lecture or interview or anything, I make sure that my hair doesn't fall on my face. In case if you think that you have fringes or you have short hair and they fall on your face, please make sure that you tie your hair back. If you think that your hair are manageable enough, you have long hair, it will not fall on your face till the time, that's completely all right. But yeah, your hair should not be frizzy. It should be well ironed, straight, good hair. Any other question? Any other question?
I think all the doubts are being cleared. Madam, thank you so much for sharing your inspirational learning experience. And you have explained right from how we will apply for interview, what we should do, and even the hacks are very useful even for me also. So I think all our students and other participants, they all have a very, they all are motivated with the learning you have given today. And many thanks for your brilliant session. And I'll tell you, it is one of the best sessions we have been having from day one. So my words are not enough that you have spent this time from your busy schedule. So on behalf of our organizing team and on behalf of the Dean of the University and on behalf of the students and the participants across the country, I extend my heartiest thanks to you, Madam. We look forward to have you in the other sessions. And Madam, I'll be very happy if you could share some of the personality development course you are doing right now. Of course, we will follow you in Instagram and your other IDs, but we will be very happy if you could share some of the courses you are doing right now.
Sure. Thank you so much, Dr. Victoria, for such a wonderful introduction. So basically, I'm doing personality development courses, which are related to the enhancement of your confidence. How do you communicate? How do you speak well? How to be fluent in English? Apart from that, how to behave well. Certain times we cannot manage our time. We cannot manage our behavior. We cannot manage our anger. We get anxious. We feel underconfident. So after taking my classes, I can guarantee you that you will not be what you are today. You will be your best version in terms of confidence, in terms of how do you speak, in terms of your body language, and in terms of how do you present yourself. So that I can guarantee about that. The reason is because there are certain blockages in our brain which we think that we are not capable enough, which we think that we're not competent enough, which we think, oh my God, they are judging us. Now we are speaking. They must be thinking how they are speaking. I don't know how to speak fluently. She speaks so well. I don't speak so well. So being a doctor, I can actually know the mind of a person. This is what makes me different from other coaches and consultants. So being a doctor, I know how the mind works. How is the feeling of underconfident? How is the feeling of poor self-image? How is the feeling of poor self-esteem one can go through? So I make them a confident version. I make them their better version. I make them, no matter they're very good in vocabulary or not, but they will be speaking in the best way, in a fluent way, and they'll be their best version. So I start from their appearance. How do they appear? How do they behave? How do they communicate? And what are their etiquette? And be their best version. So this is one of my mission, to make everyone powerful, poised, and confident in their life. And my motto is that life is a change. Growth is optional. So you should choose wisely.
Okay. Thank you, Madam. Please I'll contact you for the details. I'm also interested.
Thank you,
Madam.
so
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me, all of you. Have a great day ahead and all the best for your future endeavor. Just remember one thing, interview is not end of life and you are best. Please kill all your insecurities from your mind and go with that I am the best version of me and they cannot reject me. I have the power to say yes or no. They don't have power to say yes or no to me. Go with this mindset. All the best, students, for your future endeavor, and thank you for participating. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Madam.
Thank you so much.
So participants, we all had a very wonderful session today. Even I myself, being an organizer, even I am participating in this program. So the learning is very motivating today. And then tomorrow, we have the last day of our program. And we have another good speaker on communication skill, how to be aware during the communication skill and how we'll be present ourselves and all that. So all these type of soft skills are very much important. It can heighten our resume. So keeping this in mind, we will meet again tomorrow at the same time at 11 a.m. Until then, bye bye for today. Have a great day. Okay, thank you.